Next, your tonight, a story that we've been following for 18 months, alleged police misconduct in Dunbar. And today, Eyewitness News obtained a copy of the final investigation report given to the Dunbar Police Civil Service Commission. Our Daniel Burbank spent the day combing through the documents, and we're learning more about additional lawsuits brought against the city. Daniel, what have you learned today?
Well, Anthony, 3 additional lawsuits were filed against the city of Dunbar for alleged excessive force. Today's report says the actions of Officer Zach Winters and Lieutenant Adam Mason did not follow department rules. There are 2 separate deaths, 34-year-old Michael Scott Jr., who Officer Winters said tried to escape, and Robert Hensley, who died during a police pursuit. We do want to warn you, some of the video in this story may be upsetting for some viewers. The collective 20-page Dunbar Police Civil Service Commission report outlines 2 separate deaths because of Dunbar police officer Zach Winters and Lieutenant Adam Mason were found to have violated several department rules and regulations. This all comes after Officer Winters was promoted to corporal and demoted days later following an announcement of an internal investigation. In Robert Hensley's death, who was killed during a police pursuit, the pursuit reached speeds of more than 100 miles per hour. Investigators found Lieutenant Mason should have ended the pursuit. The document later said in a conversation between Mason and Winters, the officers suggested intending to wreck or hurt Hensley, and both did not render aid to Hensley after the crash.
That's a danger for society because we need them to be trusted. We need to trust our police. And so hopefully the next steps will be that Dunbar does something to clean this up and they do something that the citizens can be proud of and that they can trust their police force again.
Body camera footage picked up Winters using a string of expletives showing a lack of respect for citizens, and the conversation was, quote, conducted in a laughing manner. The civil lawsuit cost the city $300,000.
Stop it.
The other report says Officer Winters was dishonest about Michael Scott Jr.'s death because Winters slammed or suplexed Scott to the ground.
What I tell you, don't pull away from me.
Oh my God.
The report also says Winters failed to help Scott while in his patrol car.
The Civil Service Commission has released a report that parrots exactly what we have said all along, and that is that the conduct of this guy was gross misconduct. You know, it was excessive force. He lied about what went on, and that just shouldn't take place.
The report also found Officer Winters and Lieutenant Mason were dishonest and untruthful to a CAMC nurse and a captain during an internal affairs investigation. The investigation concluded in Scott's case, Winters also failed to render aid, failed to use his body camera, courtesy, and did not take photos of Scott's injuries. The suit cost the city $2 million. The Civil Service Commission says it issued a subpoena for records from the police department, former chief of police, and former acting chief of police.
The following weeks, the commission patiently waited and asked with each successive meeting for those records. And we got some records, but even to this date, there are a good number of those records that haven't been produced.
Dunbar Commission President Mark McMillian said Monday during a joint city council and civil service meeting, what happened could be viewed as serious misconduct, and the Dunbar City Council has the greatest responsibility to decide what happens next. Here are 3 additional lawsuits that have been filed against the city of Dunbar, and 2 of them named Zach Winters, alleging excessive force. The most recent suit was filed about 3 weeks ago. We'll continue pushing for accountability from the Dunbar Police Department and its city. Live in the studio, Daniel Burbank, Eyewitness News.